everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Amy, and in today's video we are going to be making a sublimation door hanger. So the reason I'm excited to make this with you and share this with you guys today is because I like to make things with sublimation that are not only fun, but that I can turn around and sell for a profit or gift to somebody. So this has a lot of potential for something that you could make and sell at a craft show this fall, or around the holidays. People might buy and gift to somebody else for like a teacher or something like that we're doing. So today we are making a teacher sublimation door hanger. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is grab our Sublimation Round. This is a 12-inch sublimation ready round. It came in a pack of 3, as you can see here. That with our sublimation rounds, that you check to make sure it didn't come with a adhesive that needs to be peeled off prior to pressing. This particular one does. I would say most do. It's a very, very thin, clear film around the edges. So inspect the edge of your board. As you can see here, see if it's coming up, and it is starting to peel up. That means there is a film on it that needs to be taken off. If you buy these exact ones, they come with it. So yeah, definitely take it off. If you try to sublimate on this film, it won't work. Then you're just gonna ruin your project. Hey guys, it's me sitting here editing the video that you're watching, and I realized I didn't explain why I'm doing what I'm doing in this step coming up. You'll see me in just a minute go into Photoshop, and I'm gonna take my image that we're pressing and I'm dividing it into 2 prior to printing it off. The reason I'm doing that is because it's a 12-inch sublimation round board. And even though I'm gonna leave an inch of white space on either side, my printer, which is a Sawgrass SG400, can only print an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So I'm still gonna have to print it or split the image in half and piece it back together so that I can get a larger image on my board, which is what I want. So if you're like me, if you have a printer that has limited printer paper sizes and you just split it in half, this step is for you. If you don't and you have a printer that can do that, go ahead and pass over this section and go ahead and start with the pressing, and I'll link that timestamp right down here. This particular image, what we're gonna do so that we can divide it in half is we're going to go over here to our slice tool in Photoshop right here. And we're gonna hit the slice tool. Once we've done that, we are going to right click on the image. When you right click on the image, you're gonna go over here and click Divide Slice. When you do that, you are going to get a pop-up box that looks like this. It's gonna ask you how many slices horizontally and how many slices vertically that you would like to divide it into. I am just gonna go with 2 horizontal slices and click OK, and it divides it as such. To be able to save this and then print it correctly, we're gonna come up here and we're going to click on File, and we're gonna click on Export to Save Web Legacy. And when you click Save for Web Legacy, you're gonna get this option. You're gonna come up here and just click Save. And then we're gonna title it whatever you wanna do and click Save as well. Okay, and then from there we're gonna open up a new page and we're gonna click our standard 8.5 by 11 because that's all my printer can print off of. Again, if your printer can do differently, by all means, do what your printer can do as big as it can. But we are going to go up there and then we're gonna go ahead and go to our images. And from our images, which mine are right here, we are going to go ahead and pull in our teacher half, one at a time, and print them off. Now I make it as large as I possibly can, turning it on its side so that way I can maximize my size of my circle. And then I print them. And see in just a minute how I can piece those 2 circles together to make my completed image. But this is how I do it in Photoshop. Again, I'll link up above if you need directions for how to print it in Cricut or how to slice it in Cricut. But just keep in mind, the more slices you have, the more you have to piece together and sublimate and try to avoid those lines. So in my opinion, the less you can slice, the better off you are. But let's go ahead and print these off and piece them together. And here you see me just sliding a piece of tape under the edges. This is just so that when I flip it over, it stays together. It's just a little thing that I do so that makes it easier. And now I can just apply that tape, and then this part I'll just stick down to the board, these edges. But that's just my little way of saving myself a little bit of headache on the back with all of the tape. So I go ahead and make sure the seam is good and stuck down. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and grab our Sublimation Round board. All right, and since I am leaving a white border, I am going to make sure that I have the same white border all the way around, just to make sure everything is centered and even. I have about a 3/4 inch border all the way around. So now I'm going to stick those pieces of tape down on the sides. What I am going to do is go ahead and make a ring around with tape all the way around, just to make it as secure as possible. I don't want it to move in any way to avoid any possible ghosting. Okay, so this has been completely taped down and it is ready to go. And here it is. The final step is to take a little bit of cord that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I used some E6000 to glue about a 12-inch strip to the back, and that's it. Thank you for watching.